Okay, hi everyone. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Atula Bogota. I'm the lead organizer of Melbourne's Silicon Beach, and we are actually connecting globally this year in 2019. We're going to appoint global ambassadors. And today I have with me on the other side of the world, basically, our first ever ambassador. And she's from Germany, based in Frankfurt, and her name is Varsenia. I hope I got the name right. How are you, Varsenia? Welcome to Silicon Beach.
Hi, everyone. Great to welcome me to Silicon Beach. My name is Varsenia, and I'm based out of Frankfurt, working for a fintech called FinSight. And I would be happy to be an ambassador for Silicon Beach here in Germany, and to empower startups from Victoria or from
Yeah,
here.
not only Victoria, we are sort of connecting. Silicon Beach is going throughout Australia, and there are Silicon Beaches in Sydney, Brisbane, Adelaide, Perth, and all over. So you'll be representing them. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation to be an ambassador.
Great. I would love to empower Australian startups, and I think Europe and the rest of the world really needs Australian startups because most of the Australian startups are way ahead than other startups around the world.
Yeah.
And we
Thank
need to
you.
connect the world to the Australian startups.
Yeah, thank you. I think in Australia we have this thinking that we are far away from the rest of the world and we are an island and we are at the bottom of the world. So if you look at the map, but we need others to tell us that we are good, and it's good to hear that, and we should be proud and we should be reaching out to the rest of the world because Australians do things differently because we are so far from the rest of the world. We are very different, and we have these funny looking animals like kangaroos and platypuses and echidnas and all those. So we should celebrate our difference. And even though our name is Silicon Beach, that's a name that I didn't give it. It was given by the founders. Uh, because of course Silicon Valley is in a valley, and in Australia all the cities are near beaches, but we are very different. The only thing common with Silicon Valley is the name Silicon, but we are very inclusive, we are very diverse, and we are not limited to one geographic location. We are all over Australia, and it's a virtual beach really of communities, a network of communities. So that's why we are appointing global ambassadors to help to empower our startups, as well as we'll be empowering German startups as well by connecting with us. So before we go further, let's start from what made you join. When I looked up your name on Silicon Beach, you have already been a member since August 2017. So tell me a bit about that. Why did you join Melbourne Silicon Beach, and what was the story behind that?
I was the first time when I was in Australia was beginning of 2017. So basically quit my job and I decided to go to Australia because of the Australian Open back then, because of tennis. I was playing tennis and I didn't expect anything, but as soon as I came to Australia, I really fell in love with the country. It's a great country in terms of people, in terms of economics, in terms of how things are getting done. So I really like the country. And back in Germany, I was back then also interested in the startup scene, fintech scene. And then I looked what's happening in Australia. So I found Silicon Beach. And then I
Yeah,
joined. Unfortunately,
that's sorry, what were you going to say?
back then I joined the community but didn't get really in touch, so I'm really happy to get in touch right now with the community and to empower the community here in Germany.
That's great. Yeah, good to hear that. Yeah, a lot of people who are new to Melbourne somehow find us and join. So that's great to see that happening, and we need to encourage it. And yeah, thank you for reaching out. I think you reached out to me on LinkedIn. I think that's how we got to know. Is that correct?
Exactly. LinkedIn is a power. LinkedIn is it's a powerful medium.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm beginning to love LinkedIn. There was a time when I didn't want anything to do with LinkedIn because I was not looking for jobs. I thought LinkedIn is for people who are looking for jobs. Well, I was wrong. Okay. Yeah, so that's really great. So where are you originally from? Were you born in Germany or what's your, because I detect an accent there.
I was originally born in Bulgaria. First time when
Okay.
I was in Germany was like when I was a kid. So I spent a couple of years in Germany, then got back to Bulgaria, and then I'm back in Germany in Frankfurt. So
Okay. That's good. Yeah, there's Bulgarians in Melbourne. Actually, I know one. Her name is Veselina. Works in one of the co-working spaces that I partner with. I will connect her with you. She'll be very happy to get to know another Bulgarian. And we are actually supporting the place is called I Harvest in Melbourne's West, which is which is a bit disadvantaged area of Melbourne. So we're going to help them grow that area and get some startups happening out of that area. So it'd be really interesting to connect them with Germany.
of course, like I would be glad to empower like the startups who want to expand to Germany from Australia. So just let me know everyone who wants to expand to Germany.
Yeah. And you also said in our chat beforehand that you're working in a fintech company. Is that correct? Fintech startup, or what can you tell us a bit about your job there?
I'm working in business development for a fintech. The fintech is almost 4 years old. We're doing a modular software for investments in the banking industry. It's
Okay.
yeah. So I'm doing like business development, talking to banks, talking to financial institutions, and presenting our solution there.
Okay, that's great because, as you know, Australia has a very big fintech industry. Almost, we can say it's now sort of moving away from the startup scene onto a really serious, powerful industry by itself. I can connect you with a few people here who's involved in that, and I'll actually put on YouTube when we put this video. I'll put links to your LinkedIn profile so people can connect with you that way as well. They don't have to be in Silicon Beach to do that. So the whole idea is to connect people to you and vice versa. Yeah. Are you happy with that?
Definitely, I would be happy to connect with people in Australia, to connect with the fintech scene, to connect with the startup scene in Australia in general, and to see what we can do together because the world is still now with internet we can connect everywhere. So
Yeah.
it's an easy thing, and I think Australian startups are really so way ahead of many startups around the world. So we need to connect and to see what we can do together and to
Yeah,
where we can.
that's great to hear because we've got only a handful of startups that have gone to sort of unicorn level, but there are thousands of startups all around Australia, and we don't actually have a list of them. I know that in our state alone, state of Victoria, there are about 2,000 or 3,000 startups. So I'll connect you with Startup Master, that is the national startup survey, and also with Startup Victoria, that's another community that has lists of startups. So even now, we don't even have a list of all the startups in Silicon Beach. So that's something that we need to correct as we go along. So it's good that we are having people like you who are keen to help our startups so we can get ourselves a little bit more organized.
I would be glad to everyone who wants to expand to Europe, to Germany, is needs to feel free to contact me and to get in touch with me in order to connect to companies here in Germany. if I don't know, like if I don't know this company, maybe a connection of mine will know the company. So
Yeah.
Germany,
Yeah.
like experience I've made, like it's still Europe is pretty small, so someone knows someone, so it's pretty easy to find a connection to a company.
Yeah, I know we have heard a lot about the Berlin startup ecosystem, and the Australian government, the federal government has a launching pad in Berlin. I will connect with one of the directors of that government department that is running the launching pads and get some information. And it'll be good to connect with them as well. They're in Berlin, and we'll see how we can, because their instructions from the government is to select some of the best startups that would want to go and work out of these launching pads, work out of a co-working space there. So the government actually pays for these startups to go and work out of there. And so, yeah, I'll connect you with those people as well.
Great, that would be great.
Yeah, that's about it. We will, the main thing is to introduce you to our members as well as people outside as well. So, I think the best way is LinkedIn. Another thing before we finish, I want to ask you a favor to connect with piratessummit.com, because our Silicon Beaches, we call ourselves the leaders, Pirates of Silicon Beach. So, I'm Admiral Atula, and there's Brigadier Brian, and there's Captain Cullen. So we have a lot of fun with this pirate team. So I was doing some research on the internet, or I don't know, I was looking for pirate cartoons or pirate pictures, and something that came up was piratesummit.com, which is an annual summit happening in Cologne, Germany. So if you can do some research as to who's running them, because the next one is happening in June this year. There's not much information on the website except to register to get a ticket, which I did. I love to go there, but even if not, connect with them on a video link like this. So that is your first job as the ambassador, to find out about the Pirate Summit.
Yeah, great. I would be happy to find out who is responsible for it and to register for it and to represent, of course, Silicon Beach at the venue when as soon as
Yes.
there. It will
Yeah,
be.
you can attend the Pirate Summit and represent Silicon Beach. And down the line, I'm thinking of having an annual, say, an award ceremony or something like that, with a lot of fun things, because we have a lot of serious conferences. I don't like serious stuff. I think startups is too important to be serious. So let's have an annual pirate conference here, pirate summit here, where we can give Silicon Beach Pirate Awards for the best startup, or whatever, we don't know. So let's work with them. I think we can work together.
Great idea, definitely. I'll get in touch with them. It's a great idea.
Yeah. Okay. And thank you for agreeing to be an ambassador, because it's a voluntary job. There's no money in it, but we like to, as a way of expressing our gratitude for doing this. We are going to appoint you as the ambassadors. Another role is to act as business development managers for Silicon Beach and for the Australian startup ecosystem in general. So please spread the word about our sponsorship opportunities and things like that. And when you bring sponsors to us, we will, of course, we'll be in a position to financially reward you for that. So there is a system to our madness.
Great. I would be happy to spread the word about Silicon Beach. I think it's a great initiative, and I'm really glad to be part of it. So, really,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, really glad that you're here. And I'm going to show this to our potential ambassadors elsewhere. We've got people in New York and London and who knows, San Francisco and all over the place. And please connect with people I think we were chatting earlier about someone from Germany who's in Hong Kong and in Asia Pacific. We are especially interested in Asia Pacific, and especially in emerging economies there. And like we opened, some of our friends opened a Silicon Beach in Manila, Philippines, because they don't have a big startup ecosystem. They have a lot of developers and designers and people who help other startups, but not so many founders. So they want to change that and get some of these Philippines very smart, clever people running their own startup. So that's what we want to encourage.
Great. This is a great initiative. Like the world needs to have more entrepreneurs. So definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So thanks. I've taken a lot of your time because we started recording. We had a chat as well. So I'm going to thank you for that. I'm going to stop the recording, but stay online. And thanks to everyone for viewing. And we are going to put this on Silicon Beach TV, YouTube, as well as a little later. It will go on Silicon Beach Radio podcast. So I'll put the links below and the YouTube as well. And thank you for listening or viewing. And thank you, how do I say your name? Varsenia. Varsenia, yes. Thanks for your time. I know it's very late in the night in Germany. It's only about 9 o'clock in the morning here. What's the time in Frankfurt?
It's 11 p.m., so it's okay.
You have to get to work tomorrow. It's Thursday night. Thanks so much. Let me finish this. Okay.